Uh-oh. Here comes trouble.
Straight from Twin Town Sports Central. Rated R for really awesome. It's the Grovcast. What's up, everybody? It's Eric Grover here, sports editor of the Wahpeton Daily News. And it's playoff time, baby. Yeah. There is a ton to talk about this week. Let's start right with the Huskies, number 3 in the state, and they're heading in the regular. They're ending the regular season on a high note after a 36-14 win over Lisbon on Tuesday night. Looking good. It had a tough game last Thursday against Griggs County, but held on, and it was important for the Huskies to come out and play well. They did just that, controlling the line and forcing 6 turnovers. Let's go straight to my post-game interview with Zayne Medhaug about how he felt on the game and the upcoming postseason heading to Botno. How important was it for you guys to go out and play well today, get ready for the playoffs?
This was basically a playoff game. If we lost, we could be out of the playoffs and be done with the season. Mm-hmm. We didn't let that. We came in and did what we had to do and came out with the win.
Can you talk about the efforts of you and Brock? You guys were gaining yards like crazy.
Well, it all starts up front. The Lion had a great game, making huge holes. It was them, mostly. They made big holes, and we just read the box and went where we needed to do.
After that second half against Griggs County, where they kind of came back on you, it must have been in your heads a lot, and you put it to bed right away with that kick return.
Yeah, our coaches at halftime were saying, remember last week we were up 18-0 and didn't score again and almost lost, but we wanted to finish it out and make sure we made the playoffs.
What are you and all the other seniors looking forward to about this postseason run now?
Well, we have big plans in the future. We're hoping state championship, but we got to take it one game at a time. We'll find out later tonight who we play and where at, but it was a good job up front today.
Wanted to take a second to acknowledge the Breckenridge Cowboys football team. Suffered a tough homecoming loss on Friday night, but they'll get a chance to turn it around heading into the postseason. They'll be playing Staples Motley at the Fargo Dome on Thursday, so hope to see everybody out there. But let's move on to the Ndscs Volleyball team, which is, again, playing really well on a nice winning streak right now, and heading into their Dig Pink match for breast cancer awareness on Wednesday night. The science school team is ranked number 19 in the NJC AA. I had a chance to sit down with Casey Eisenzimmer and Katelyn Kleven of the number 19 Wildcats the other day. Here it is. We're here with Katelyn Kleven and Casey Eisenzimmer of the North Dakota State College of Science Wildcats, and you guys are playing really well right now in the national rankings. And Casey, let's start with you. How do you feel about that? That's got to be really exciting. The team's playing well, and you're getting recognized nationally.
Yeah, it's really exciting because I think through the whole season we knew we should be nationally ranked, and when we finally got there, it was really exciting for us.
You guys lost a lot of great players last year, but a lot of great new freshmen coming in, contributing. Players like Katelyn.
Yeah, we lost a lot. There's only 5 sophomores, so we had a lot of new freshmen coming, but I think everyone stepped up huge this year, and we've all worked together really well compared to last year.
Katelyn, how difficult has it been adapting to the next step and working with you and all the other new freshmen?
It's been pretty easy. The sophomores have helped us out a lot, but it's definitely different from high school. But they've definitely helped us and get accustomed to the playing, and it's been a lot of fun. Sure.
Who have been the leaders for you guys this season? Who's the sophomores or even the freshmen that have really taken charge?
I think Casey and Allison and Heather definitely have stepped it up, for me anyways.
I think everyone in their own ways contributes for everything that we need.
Yeah. Moving right along on the Grovcast. Well, it wouldn't be a Grovcast if we didn't have Landon Kafka from the News Monitor stopping by. What's up? No. You're a staple of the Grovcast, and we're happy to have you on. So, A lot to talk about. Let's start with your Warbirds. What happened there? Losing their first game on Friday, or was it Saturday, against Napoleon?
Friday. Napoleon came out firing. Their passing offense is something to be reckoned with. I think what I heard was when they lost against Hankinson, their only loss of the season, it was just a really windy day, so it kind of put a damper on that passing offense. But they have a very good passing offense that the Warbirds couldn't handle that night.
Now, what about the Warbirds offense? The running attack just didn't get going the way that it needed to?
Yeah, they really couldn't beat Napoleon up front, which was surprising, and it was tough for them to get to the edge. They've been able to burn teams around the edge all season. And Napoleon did a pretty good job of covering that. I'm sure they probably looked at some game film, things like that, and planned for that. But the passing game was just a little bit off for the Warbirds when they were trying to get back in the game. Just a few overthrown balls from Bell, but they should bounce back and be strong coming up on Saturday against Hillsborough.
Now it's the playoffs. There's no time for playoffs. There's no time for mistakes. And are they still confident going into this, despite losing their last game?
I would say they are. I mean, I think they probably feel pretty good about going up against Hillsborough. Anything can happen, obviously, but they got a home game on Saturday afternoon, and hopefully they'll be able to pull that one out.
All right. Well, let's move right on into some big NFL talk this week. And what are you pondering about the Vikings quarterback situation?
Well, first of all, the Christian Ponder puns
are a little overworked.
Yeah,
I want to make sure. I'd just like to clarify that I started doing that before they were cool.
Your fantasy football team is pondering
Minnesota's draft IQ.
Yeah. So I'll give you that one. But after the NFL Network and ESPN ask the question, what are the Vikings pondering every day?
That's what happens when they get their hands on something. It becomes interesting to just annoying, like that. Anyway, yeah, Ponder looked good.
Is Ponder starting for sure?
He's starting.
Okay, so my thing with Ponder is, why not? How much worse could he be than McNabb? The season is probably not. They're probably not going to make the playoffs the way the Packers and the Lions are going. Even the Bears. I mean, the Bears just.
Well, I think the season's over.
Work just like a part-time job.
So why not 5 losses?
Yeah, why not see what Ponder has? He has looked good every time he's been in the game, even in preseason, and then against the Bears. Granted, it was garbage time, and the Bears probably weren't, even playing anymore.
Playing a soft cover too.
Yeah, so why not see what he has? And if we lose every game for the rest of the season and Ponder doesn't look good or is bad, there's Andrew Luck just for us.
Yeah, I can't wait. I'm just, I'm willing to give Ponder credit, though. I honestly thought that he would be god-awful, but he was not that bad against the Bears. He seemed mobile and definitely more accurate than McNabb had been with the quick passing game.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of doubted Ponder when they drafted him, but so far from what I've seen, he's pretty good for being his rookie year.
Yeah, well, he's certainly going to get fed to the Lions on Sunday, making his first start against the Pack.
You mean get fed to the Packers?
Getting fed to the Packs, yeah. But you know what? Actually, that probably won't even be that bad because the Packers' pass defense has been not that great. The Packers are giving up 300, 400 yards a game. There's certainly going to be some open holes for him to exploit. Now, will he be able to do that? That's the question.
Well, I don't think the problem on Sunday is going to be the Packers, defense. For the Vikings, it's probably going to be the Packers offense that will give the Vikings a lot of trouble. I'm not feeling too confident in their ability to win that game on Sunday. There will be no Steak Newton bet on that game, unless you give me like 28 points.
I might give you. I might have to lay some Newtons. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm really excited. I'm going to be going to the game. Got the press pass for Sunday's Packers-Vikings game. Really exciting stuff. And I'm excited to get a first-hand look at Ponder and talk to him, see how he's feeling. Geez, I don't know. I don't even know what to say. It's really exciting stuff.
Yeah, you're probably not going to get past, your silly face talking to Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I know.
Be able to speak for a while, and then people are going to be like, "Who's this guy?" And
yeah. Well, here's the thing, listening audience. Since I am going to be at the Vikings-Packers game on Sunday, I'd like to open up opportunity for you guys to ask some questions to some Vikings and even some Packers, if there's some Packers fans listening. When you listen to this on YouTube, submit a comment and ask a question that you want me to ask a player after Sunday's game, and I will take the best one. And look for that on next week's Grovcast. So some NFL, some real hardcore interviewing going on.
Real live NFL player.
Yeah.
Next week's Grovcast.
Yeah. So be sure to tune in for that.
That should bring in at least like 150 listeners.
A couple more listeners this week. So let's work on that. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead to Week 7 real quick. And all the matchups look terrible. Lots of bad games this week.
What, you don't like Denver at Miami?
Oh, no. That one might end up 60-59 just because the
Seattle at Cleveland? Man, they really did.
St. Louis at Dallas, Indianapolis at New Orleans, Baltimore at Jacksonville. It's like they take all the good teams and mash it. So it's a real powder puff week in the NFL. The only there's a couple of good-looking games. San Diego at the Jets. Now, the Jets coming off a cakewalk at the Dolphins. San Diego has looked a lot better this year. They're normally slow starters, but looking good so far. And then the only other good-looking game is the incredibly overrated Atlanta Falcons against Detroit at Ford Field.
We'll see if Detroit can bounce back from their loss to the 49ers. And if their coach gets in another fight.
Scuffle. That was so boring to me. The whole thing, I'm just like, whatever.
It was definitely overblown, but what isn't overblown in the NFL?
You got a Super World Series prediction?
World Series. Your Brewers went down.
Shut up.
Probably a rough night over here.
Yeah, I had a hard time getting up on Monday morning. I definitely slept in, if you know what I mean.
Cardinals versus the Rangers. I'm going to have to go with the Cardinals, I think.
Really?
I don't really know why.
Yeah.
I have no... It just seems like it's their year with Pujols.
I'm going to take the Rangers. I just am digging the middle of the order, and they have the ALCS MVP Nelson Cruz batting in the 7-hole. I mean, when you can put a guy jacking walk-off grand slams in your 7 spot, you got an offense. And their pitching rotation is not overwhelming, but they're solid and consistent. It was 1 through 5. Now it's going to be 1 through 4 in the World Series. I just like their chances.
But the Cardinals have Chris Carpenter going 3 times if necessary. Chris Carpenter, he could be the equalizer.
He's logging a lot of innings, and there's talk that he's injured right now. Well, he's not 100%, I guess I should say. But I don't know. It's going to be interesting. Could go either way, as baseball often does.
It'll be a good series.
All right, boys and girls. That's going to do it for another Grovcast. If you can believe it. I'd like to thank Zayne Medhaug, Casey Eisenzimmer, Katelyn, Kleven, and of course, Landon Kafka, the news monitor. What would I do without you, bud? We'll catch you next week on the Grovecast. Boom.